Data structure. Today we will see the next topic, data structure. Data structure is a collection of raw facts that are processed by computers. That means data is one type of piece of information. Maybe for example, in your school, if the school maintains or the college maintains all the information related to students, then each student is one type of data. That means that each piece of information, we can call it as a data. It may be facts, figures, anything it may be. Data structure means organization or structuring a collection of data items in appropriate form so as to improve the efficiency of storage and processing. Okay, so we can say data structure means organization. Organization means maintaining everything in a systematic way, or structuring. Structuring, that is also nothing but step by step manner or in the precise manner maintaining everything. A collection of data items. It's not a single data, maybe many number of data. For example, if I say maybe one student called Prasanna's information, then Prasanna is a name and his registration number, maybe another data, maybe his marks, there is another data, and these all together we can call it as a one collection of data. Okay, and that commonly we'll call it as a one record. And collection of data items in appropriate form, that means in correct form, so as to improve the efficiency of storage and processing. Okay, that means when we are using data structure, we have to think about the storage area and the processing of data. Processing of data means how much time it's taking in different process. All those things we will consider. So that's why we can say that a data structure is a specialized format for organizing and storing data. Organizing and storing data. Okay, the best example is maybe in college, your college people will maintain all the students' information in a systematic way. Maybe the registration number wise, they will maintain register book. Okay, and that register book I can call it as a data structure concept. Okay, in registration book, they will make columns. First, registration number, then name, then his father's name, mother name, then his address. Okay, all those information, and these all information is essential to maintain your college data. That's why we can say that data structure is a specialized format for organizing and storing data. We can classify data structure as in the screen. Data structure is mainly classified as primitive data structure and non-primitive data structure. Primitive data structure and non-primitive data structure, mainly classified into two types. Again, it is classified into subtypes. Primitive data structure is classified as integer, floating point, that is float, character, char, and then pointers. Okay, these are the four types of primitive data structure: integer, int, float, char, and pointers. Okay, these are the primitive data structure. And then non-primitive data structure are three types: arrays, lists, and files. Arrays, lists, and files. Array is again classified as single dimensional, two-dimensional and multi-dimensional. Single dimensional, one dimensional, two dimensional and multi-dimensional. Again, the list is classified as linear data structure, non-linear data structure. Again, in the linear data structure, stack, queue, linked list. In non-linear data structure, trees and graph. So we will see the details about this, all these things one by one in the next part. First, we will take primitive data structure. What that primitive data structure is. Data structure that are directly operated by the machine level instructions are known as primitive data structure. Data structure that are operated directly by the machine level instruction are known as primitive data structure. And the best example are int, float, and then character, pointer. Okay, int, float, and then character and the pointer. Okay, these are the primitive data structure. So we will take int a, then automatically it will consider a as integer type. That means internally that is defined. So that type of thing we will call it as a primitive data structure. Another one is various operations that can be performed on primitive data structure. Which all operations we will take on primitive data structure. First one, create. Create operation is used to create new data structure. This operation reserves memory space for the program element. For example, if I say int x, then computer maintains space for the x variable. And as you know, int means it will take 2 bytes of memory. If I take int x and in the computer, in the memory, it maintains 2 bytes of memory to store the x value. That's why we will say create operation is to create new data structure. So x is created, which is of type int. It can be carried out at compile time and runtime. When you run the program, then also sometime there may be data structures are created, or before running the program, then also the data structure is created. Second one, destroy. The destroy operation is used to destroy or remove the data structure from the memory space. When we take int x, it will take 2 bytes of memory, and we can remove that 2 byte and we can allocate the same memory for other tasks. That we will call it as a destroy. We can destroy the memory taken by the data structure. When the program execution ends, the data structure is automatically destroyed and the memory allocated is eventually deallocated. C++ allows the destructor member function to destroy the object. In C++, there is separate function called destructor to destroy the object. And other two operations are select. Okay, one is create, second one is destroy, third one is select. Select operation is used by programmers to access the data within data structure. This operation updates or alters data. For example, if I take int x and if I use that x in scanf, printf, then I can call it as a select operation. That means if you are using that data, if you are reading that data, or if you are using that data, that we will call it as a select operation. Then the update is used to change the data of data structure. An assignment operation is good example of update operation. For example, if I take x is equal to x plus 10, then x value is changed as x plus 10. Okay, and that type of operation we can call it as a update. Even x equal to 25. 25 is assigned to X. And these operations we will call it as a update operation. And the next is non-primitive data structure. Non-primitive data structures are more complex data structure compared to primitive. So primitive, as I said, machine-defined instruction like int, float, char. But the non-primitive data structure is formed using primitive data structure. These data structures are derived from the primitive data structure. Remember this concept. Non-primitive data structure is derived using primitive data structure. The stress on formation of groups of homogeneous and heterogeneous data elements. Homogeneous means same type of element and heterogeneous means different type of elements. Okay, that type of elements we can handle, group of elements we can handle by using non-primitive data structure. And non-primitive data structures are classified as arrays, lists and files. Array is collection of same type of element, homogeneous element, same type of elements under one name or same name. The different types of arrays are one-dimensional, two-dimensional and multi-dimensional. Data structures under lists are classified as linear and non-linear data structure. Thank you, student. In the next class, we will continue with array concept. Okay, tomorrow again I will take one more class and in that I will teach what the array is. Thank you. God bless you.